All right, we have some updates for you guys for our midweek system and also for that weekend system as well. I am Ryan, Michigan Storm Chasers here. Welcome to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive right on into the forecast. So, if you haven't heard, we are tracking many systems focused in on System 1 around the Wednesday PM into Thursday AM timeframe. A second system then moves in for Saturday, Sunday, similar to this midweek system. Let's go ahead and take it one at a time here, break it down. So, midweek system, we've been tracking snow, ice, sleet, and even some rain chances with this system as it moves up into Michigan. Looking at the Canadian model, it has been the most consistent with our thinking here at MSC. Moving up into the time frames here, we're going to stop it right about here, which is Wednesday about 4 p.m. It is trending a little later. Let's bump this to 7 p.m. right here. Now up to 10 p.m. Right about that time frame, 10 p.m. or so would be the time to watch Wednesday evening for precip to begin both in the UP and also in southwest lower Michigan. It'll be snow further north and probably a mix further south. Let's bump this forward to 1 a.m. There we go. We're going to see a couple things here. The UP getting engulfed in snow, and then further south, particularly south of the Grand Rapids, Lansing, and Flint areas, it's going to be a mix of anywhere from snow to sleet to freezing rain or all of the above for you guys south of the 96 corridor. Moving on to 4 a.m., we're going to see that continues with sleet, freezing rain, and snow along the 96 corridor from Grand Rapids to Lansing to Flint. North of that, though, is shown to be mostly snow. Then south of that is going to be freezing rain. Moving into Thursday, this is 4 a.m. again. Let's go to 7 a.m. That system continues to work its way eastward, and by the time we get toward that sunrise into early, or should I say late Thursday morning, we're going to say goodbye to the system, and then we are left with warming temperatures and windy conditions. Let's go ahead and dive into a couple scenarios here. So, we have a couple forecasts that we have out from yesterday. I'll go ahead and go one by one. In terms of snowfall here with the overall system, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches or so up there in the UP, 1 to 3 for far northern lower, and then as far south as that Kalamazoo, Jackson, Wixom area through Port Huron, could see a trace to an inch of snow with this system. We're going to update this map tonight, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be probably going to do a live stream, honestly, later tonight, 7, 8 o'clock here on YouTube. So feel free to tune back in for that with updated information. This is our forecast package from yesterday. We're currently in the process of making a new one for today. Not much has changed, though. I'll go ahead and talk about what has changed here in a second in terms of our ice impacts. But overall, snow impacts, nothing significant with that. Let's go ahead and move on to our ice impacts here. In terms of our ice impacts, we are really keeping a close eye on one area in particular, and that is far southeast lower Michigan. Hillsdale, Lenawee, Monroe. We're going to go ahead and include Jackson, Washtenaw, and perhaps even Wayne County as well. Those 6 counties I just listed have potential for the highest ice accretion. Overall, when I say highest, I'm talking right around a 1/4 inch at most. And again, that is right around criteria to start becoming concerned for impacts for power outages and minor tree damage and stuff like that. So we're going to watch it very closely, but there are some, we're going to say conditions or conditional instances where we could be looking at less total. So go ahead and talk about this one mainly. Go ahead and flip over here to the NAM model. I want you to keep a close eye on what the NAM model is doing here. We're going to move this into Wednesday evening, right about here. This is 2 a.m. Thursday morning, so late Wednesday / early Thursday morning. I want you to keep a close eye here across South Michigan. You see how we have a lot of gaps here? Like there's not much falling up here. It's not really filled in here. That's because there's a lot of dry air being shown on this model. So we very well could have what we call a dry slot with this system where not much falls at all in the freezing rain, sleet, and snow zone further south. If that does occur, that means that our totals on this map here, the ice map, would be less than what we forecasted. That is going to be a huge factor in how much ice we're going to get here. Regardless, dry slot or not, it likely will still impact travel for Thursday morning. So do take it easy, especially during your commute on Thursday morning. That's going to be the worst time frame forecasted for travel impacts. Now, if there is no dry slot, that means that our forecast, once again, pop on the screen here, would be pretty much on track here. Minor adjustments are being made to the forecast. Again, stay tuned to our Facebook page as well. We'll do another live stream tonight on YouTube at around 7 or 8 p.m. to talk about the updates. But that dry slot will be a huge factor in how this system develops. Regardless, though, further north, snow is still in the forecast, dry slot or not, for the UP and perhaps northern lower Michigan as well. And again, that system moves out by the time Thursday rolls around. Thursday, we're going to warm up above freezing for a majority of lower Michigan. So what ice is on the roadways, what sleet, snow, and ice has fallen, especially across central and southern lower Michigan, will likely melt. And then we get to Thursday afternoon, and then our winds really pick up with gusts up to 35 to 40 miles per hour a possibility. So not concerned for ice plus wind impacts. They're going to be kind of separated, ice overnight and then wind Thursday afternoon. Now, that is your overall consensus for the system. Again, impacts should be limited pretty much to travel, exception in far southeast lower. We're going to keep a close eye on that just because it's higher elevated. Ice may have a better time or an easier time accreting in those areas. We're going to watch very closely. All right. Now, in terms of the weekend system, I need to go pull up my map here. So the weekend system is one to keep a close eye on, as well as we have a second system that looks very similar, taking a very similar track here as well to this system coming in for the midweek. So system 1, Wednesday PM, early Thursday AM. System 2 starts Saturday afternoon. This model right here on your screen is for Saturday at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. As we move this through, we're going to notice here, snow looks a little heavier this time, especially for lower Michigan this time around, if it holds its track at least. But do keep in mind, we have that sleet and freezing rain zone very close to southern Michigan, where areas may see 2 potential icing events. I'm not going to say ice storms just yet, but icing events definitely a possibility here for that southern tier of counties. And again, minor shifts north or south, definitely a possibility with this, but we're going to keep a close eye on it. Just want to mention it as well. We're getting a little bit more so concerned for this one for snow impacts really than anything else, but I do think there's going to be a narrow corridor of mixed precip that could be impactful. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Again, Saturday is your time frame to watch for that. We're going to get through our first system first, and then we're going to key in on this weekend system a little bit better, but I cannot go without mentioning your Saturday just because this is worth monitoring. All right, in terms of timing for that first system, though, go ahead and pop it back on your screen here. Arrival time is still looking likely around these time frames. We're going to adjust this for the evening, but overall, 9:30 p.m. is going to be your earliest start time in Southwest Lower or the southwest part of the UP. That will move east-northeast with time. 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. in yellow zones, 1 to 5 a.m. in green zones, and 4 a.m. or later in the blue zone there. That's your time frame for precipitation arrival Wednesday evening and or Thursday early morning. With that being said, we are going to end the video here on a shout out to our sponsor up there above my head, StormGuard Roofing and Construction. They are based out of the Macomb and Oakland County areas, covering Detroit Metro as well. They do roofing construction needs on your homes. The number to call there is 248-985-3239. And thank you as always to our sponsors, especially StormGuard today, for helping keep operations here at Michigan Storm Chasers rocking and rolling. With that being said, I will catch you guys tonight on a live stream. We're going to go ahead and say 8 p.m. Stay tuned to the pages. We'll keep you guys updated with these 2 potential systems throughout the day today.